Hey y'all, it's Nathan Reinhardt. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to walk you through the 7 reasons why the Woodlands is rated the highest suburb around the Houston area. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Nathan Reinhardt. I'm a realtor here in Houston, Texas. I appreciate you stopping by. If this is the first time, hit like and subscribe and stay tuned for weekly content. Today, I do want to hop into those 7 reasons as to why the Woodlands has consistently been rated as either the #1 suburb in Houston or a top 3 in the entire nation. The #1 reason I think the Woodlands is such a special place and why it's consistently rated so high has a little bit to do with its history. I want to just share briefly, this is the 50th year the Woodlands has been in existence. It was originally founded by a fellow named George Mitchell, and he had a pretty unique idea as to what the community should look like when he started this development. The #1 thing he was looking for was to maintain the natural environment. So like all the trees. The trees were incredibly important. When I was a kid, you couldn't cut down anything in your yard that was like bigger than like 2 inches. You had to get permission from the Woodlands to be able to even do that. His initial vision of the Woodlands, you can see it kind of in the Grogansmill, one of the villages here in the Woodlands. It's up close to I-45 and it's near the front. It has more trees than probably any of the other sections and any of the other 9 villages here in the Woodlands. What does the Woodlands currently look like? We have around 120,000 residents. 2,000 to 2,500 businesses make the Woodlands their home. Some have corporate headquarters and are really large companies all the way down to smaller companies. The things that make the Woodlands special, we have an extensive number of parks throughout the community, multiple golf courses. Our schools are A-rated. There are 41 churches make their home here in the Woodlands. We have an excellent array of high-end and normal shopping available. We have a ridiculous number of dining choices. There are quite a few more choices for nightlife, although that's a relative term. This isn't Las Vegas. It's largely a family-based community. And finally, the Woodlands is actually, also known as being a hub for a regional medical center. It's not the med center downtown Houston, but it is home to 5 of the largest hospital systems that provide amazing care for what you're looking for. Whether you're starting a family or regardless of your age, what your needs are, they're all available here close to the Woodlands. The Woodlands was founded by George Mitchell in 1974. He sold the property in 1997. It was split between a couple different companies. Just to keep the history brief, it was sold a couple different times. Howard Hughes purchased the Woodlands, both shares in 2011, become the sole owner of the Woodlands as a whole. The second thing I want to talk to y'all about is the entertainment, shopping, dining that the Woodlands has to offer. The real destination here is broken up into a couple different spaces, but probably featured is the 1,000-acre town center. This encompasses Marketstreet, the Mitchell Pavilion. The first thing I want to highlight about town center here is Marketstreet, which is a 34-acre outdoor shopping and dining venue. Marketstreet's got a diverse shopping experience. It's got some ultra high-end luxury things like Gucci. Goes all the way to your Nike shoe store. Features dining like 60 Vines, Tommy Bahama, Uni Sushi, Mastro's, to name a couple of the restaurants that are available there. Separated by 6 Pines, it goes into the area of town center that is the Woodlands Mall. The Woodlands Mall is a regional shopping center with indoor and outdoor venues. This encompasses a large movie theater, quite a few different restaurants as well. And then it's got Nordstrom, Dillard's, Apple, you pick your normal mall stores that are also available there. Right next to Marketstreet is Cynthiamitchellwoodlandspavilion, and it features headline big name performers. Not year round, it's also home to the Houston Symphony and Orchestra for a summer series. It's actually a really neat venue, close to everything you can walk from Marketstreet or the mall area, your favorite restaurant. You can attend the concert. Because it's the Woodlands, it's lights out by 11 p.m. and you're back home in time to have a normal day the next day as well. Really neat venue and opportunity to go see your favorite performers as they come through Houston each year. The third area to highlight is the Woodlands Waterway. The waterway is a landscaped water feature, kind of a transportation corridor from residential living, along East Shore all the way over to the dining and funnels onto the front of the Woodlands and entertainment venues in town center. The fourth and final place that I'd like to talk about here is Hugheslanding. It encompasses 7 Class A office buildings, 1 Lakes Edge and 2 Lakes Edge, which is upscale residential housing with views of Lake Woodlands. It also features Restaurant Row. It has everything from Starbucks to Trulux. There's quite a few other restaurants involved in that area as well. Kind of the commercial space features, kind of the anchor tenant there is Whole Foods. And it also features Embassy Suites that is right there located in Hugheslanding as well. The number 3 thing that makes the Woodlands a destination for living is their healthcare system. The Woodlands features 5 of the biggest hospital systems that we have here in the United States, creating a regional hub. Memorial Hermann, Houston Methodist, St. Luke's, Texas Children's, MD Anderson are all right here in the Woodlands. And honestly, if you're looking for the #1 industry here in the Woodlands, it's actually the healthcare system. Which leads me into the 4th point The second largest employer here is our education system. We're a part of CISD largely. We also have a small piece of the Woodlands that is Tomball ISD, and then a small piece that is Magnolia ISD as well. Regardless of which section of the Woodlands you live in, features A+ rated schools that funnel up to the majority of students attending the Woodlands High School or College Park High School. Both are top 40 ranked high schools in the state. You're nitpicking when you try to figure out which one is ultimately better. Having grown up here and seen how the Woodlands has changed over the course of time, you'll find people who will be willing to swear that their elementary school is the best, regardless of the rankings. And then you'll have other people, at each and every other school that know that theirs is the best and they would never leave their area of town either. The Woodlands is also home to some highly acclaimed private schools as well. I'll mention a couple here just for reference. Probably the biggest name is the John Cooper School here in Indian Springs, the Woodlands Christian Academy, St. Anthony Padua Catholic School. There's also numerous private preschools available as well. The fifth thing that makes the Woodlands so special, we have over 41 places of worship currently in the Woodlands. So regardless of your denomination or your desires, there is an opportunity to find a church that fits your needs right here in the Woodlands. Some of the biggest are the Woodlands Methodist Church, St. Anthony of Padua Catholic Church, Woodlands Church. Maybe not the biggest, but Trinity Episcopal is another one that stands out to me. That happened to be where my children attended preschool as well. The number 6 reason why the Woodlands is such a desired destination is the outdoor space. We have 221 miles of hike and bike trails around the Woodlands, which creates the opportunity of, regardless of where you live, the opportunity to get out and either exercise on those trails or they'll ferry you over to the closest park if you want to take your kids for a walk to get some exercise. Speaking of parks, there's 151 separate parks here in the Woodlands, Texas. What does 151 parks mean? It means that they're all spread out throughout the Woodlands. So regardless of which exact section and which exact village you live in, there's a community park really close that's available for you to take advantage of. For the avid golfer out there, there are 9 championship golf courses here in the Woodlands as well. We have tennis courts, pickleball courts, frisbee golf. I mean, you pick your outdoor activity, kayaking, paddleboard. The River Row Boathouse is right there. They also have the Swans that you can rent with your kids and go out and have a day on the water or a couple hours. Truthfully, just from an outdoor perspective, the Woodlands does a really good job of taking you from indoors to outdoors, and it leads us into my final point with the secret sauce. What I believe personally makes the Woodlands so special, and it's one that you can't just put in a category and grade it, but from experience, the reason the Woodlands is so amazing for me and the reason I wanted to raise my family here after I grew up here is the community and what creates that community. So, I mean, there's multiple things that could create your community, whether it's your place of worship, whether you have kids and they're in sports. Trust me, the Woodlands is full of kids sports, whether it's taekwondo or basketball, football, even rowing as they get a little bit older. You find that what your kids get involved with, you start to meet like-minded people. You don't have any kids, whether you go to CrossFit or you're a part of a gym, or maybe you're an avid stand-up paddleboarder or a runner, like there's community biking groups throughout the community as well. And what it does and what it feels like is it starts to feel like a home because you're a part of more than one group, and it feels like people go out of their way to get to know you a little bit and help you, whether you actually need anything or you're just creating friendships. That to me is what makes the Woodlands home. We've been super blessed just to get to know our neighbors, and it's not uncommon to have a little pop-up cul-de-sac party. And what a neat thing to be able to have your kids running around hanging out, and then to be able to have a good conversation with a neighbor for yourself as well. And in this community, it's important to highlight one of the things that makes me most comfortable. It's incredibly safe. Is there zero crime in the Woodlands? Has anybody ever had their car broken into? Yes, of course. However, the Woodlands overall is an incredibly safe, low-crime neighborhood that offers peace of mind, not just for me, but for my wife, for my children. I don't fear for my child walking outside. I don't fear for someone breaking into my house at night, that sort of thing. It's easy to say that that's what you should expect, but it's not that way all the way around the country these days. So just something to consider. Guys, if you have any questions about this or anything specific about the Woodlands, I'll be doing another video soon that will kind of talk about the 9 villages as well, what the differences are. If you have any specific questions about today's video, feel free to call, text, or schedule a time on my calendar. The details are in the description down below. I'd be happy to help regardless of what you're looking for. My name is Nathan Reinhardt. I'm a realtor here in the Houston area. If it makes sense to have a conversation to see what it looks like to potentially work together, I'd be happy to do that and just see if we would be a potential fit or not. I appreciate you stopping by the channel today. You have a good day, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.